What's up, everybody? Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not even gonna watch it, but my team's out. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good, man. Got me a few setups here. The reload. Yes, indeed. The Voltro 25, Def Mods. Anyway, I'm about to do some N90 Fraliens for somebody. He asked me, could I do a video? He just got a 775 motor, so most know I use the Fordham. I love it, but I also love the Lake too for different reasons. But I'm about to do some all N90 Fraliens, Coil Society 0.3, 28 gauge and 90 frames. Let me get my old man glasses. I'll be back. Actually, they're right here. All right, see if I can do this. What I do is I have a measurement tape down here. I keep it there. I don't move it. I don't move it at all. I just keep it there. Get you also have me a water squonk when I'm making for other people. When I do for myself, I just lick my fingers. I'm gonna do 6-ply 0.3 20 gauge frames, which is a 4-core 18 in width, I guess. Decor 26 matte, alien matte 26 gauge, but I'm gonna decor from 25, 36. I keep mine decors in bags. It helps a lot. Get you some. This is what you're gonna need for ribbon. Some nylon pliers. Get you some good shears. These are from Harbor Freight, but I got them off of eBay. And you're gonna need you some pliers, ceramic pliers. But you can see the difference. These are flat, so I love these. But let me see if I can do this. Let's get started. Oh, you're gonna also need you a lighter to glue the ribbon, and you're gonna need glue. Gotta have glue, man. I'm gonna measure mine into it's gonna be 3 pieces of ribbon folded to make 6 pieces of ribbon. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a little extra off, make it even. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut to have enough, because I prep different. I do 22 inches per ribbon. Ribbon is like really, I mean, N90 is super soft, so I love it personally, because to me it does exactly what you want it to do, but it's super soft, so you got to be careful. It's it can be a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all, but you just take your time. Like I said, this is my 3rd piece right here. I'm cutting it. Putting it back on a spool. I use 40 gauge binding wire. I'm trying these out from Wire Optimum. They're different, I'm gonna say that. But I also have this 40 gauge. Alright, let's get started. So I'm gonna pick it up from the middle. You fold it in half. Make sure it's nice and even. Like I said, I use my ribbon squonker, right? Well, not ribbon squonker, just water squonk, sorry. Remember, these are not for me, so gotta use. You want somebody to spit all over your shit? No, you don't. Even though they go in the ultrasonic cleaner. Straight stick. Get you I'll have a piece of 40 gauge, like I said. This is to keep the ribbon stack together. Shit. I do 10 times. You can do as much as you want. This is to keep the top part, keep the ribbon together. No matter what method you do, you're gonna have to do this regardless. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about in a little bit, y'all. You don't have to do a certain count. I just do 10 times. Well, obviously I did. I just kept on going. So, go down again, make sure it's straight. Now, the ends of it, you're gonna wanna turn it around. You see how that shit's not even? There's a reason why I turn it around. You're gonna cut it evenly. Now, as you can see, it's even. Very important. Just like when you're messing with round wire, you want it to be even, or it's gonna be a fucking headache. Put your ribbon stack to the side. I've got my caliber too. To tin it. Okay. Now you get your 28 gauge, right? I prep different. I do 2 individual frames, dude. It works for me. You know, some people, when they loop their frames also, but when you're doing SSFCs, you do 2 individuals. It just works better for me. I'm gonna show you. I cut 2 12-inch pieces just to have enough, to make sure I got enough, because you're gonna cut the frames anyway. That's 1. Alright, this is about, I'm cutting my second piece now. Let me see, I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. Just give it a little tug to straighten it out. This is 28 gauge, so it's super thin. I mean, you don't need to put it in your drill to straighten it. You can, but don't go fast, because you're gonna get kinks in your cores, and that can fuck up a build. All right, so I got that out the way. Now I'm gonna pick up my frames from my table. Remember, I cut 2 of them. Lay them down on the side. I'm gonna pick up my ribbon stack. This is how you know you got good fucking ribbon, dude, when you lay it on the table and you pick it up and it's still flat. That's like a fucking spaghetti stick. That's when you know without question you got good ass fucking ribbon, dude. Because they do have some ribbons better than others, but I'm not gonna get into that Some people get butt hurt, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. Use what works for you, okay? I use Coil Society ribbon for my round wire. I mean for my N90 ribbon for my Fraliens, okay? But like I said, I'm not gonna, and what I'm doing, make sure your side frames are even with your ribbon stack. When you first do this method, it's gonna take a little time to get it down. That's okay. And even if you mess up, you go again. I don't know if y'all can see that. You see how the ribbon and the frames are together now? They're on each side together, lined up. This is where the ceramic, get these, all Amazon. You see where the tape, the 40 gauge is bound together. Get you a little pinch. Don't do it a lot because you can fuck the stack up. Just pinch it. Now, get you some more 40 gauge. I think 40 gauge is the best bonding wire for these. And you tie it. What I'm doing is I'm securing the frames onto the ribbon stack. Okay. Well, one thing you don't want to do is when you think you have that prep down and you attach it into the swivel and you got the chuck in and you pull back for tension and the bitch comes apart. You want to fucking scream, dude. Okay, it's together now, you see? Cut your access off. Now, this is very important. Like, super important. Your glue. You need glue. Some people, like I said, the method I do, I need glue. Some people say they don't glue their swivel in, but they don't do this method. Some people do, some don't. This was actually, when I first started building or messing with ribbon, I watched all kind of videos, man, YouTube, different people. Some people, I watched a video from 2015 and he was doing this method. So it works. This method actually works better for me than the other one. Now, you can put as much glue as you want because you're the one that's going to be building these coils, right? Do as much as you want. Some people say, oh, you don't need that much glue. First of all, how you going to tell somebody else how they do something? You know what I mean? And glue sticks are cheap. You know, I get them by the bundle. They're cheap, dude. And also, when you light up your glue stick with when you take your lighter to it, whatever you want to glue, go ahead and glue it because hot glue dries fast. Try not to get it on your fucking finger. That bitch hurts. I've done it more times than I'd like to admit. Okay, now it's glued, right? It's glued. Now, I take me some more 40 gauge bonding wire. Like I said, 40 gauge is the best, in my opinion, for bonding wire. Like I said, and I'm tying the frames to the ribbon stack. Do it about 6 times. You can do it as much as you want. Doesn't matter. Just because you want to make sure it's on there. Cut off your excess, dude. And you can use that excess. Make sure you go down and make sure you're just make sure it's even with the stack, dude. Take your time. Now this is the part that I just cut off, right? I'm gonna tie it. I try not to waste wire, so I use it. Secure it. About 6 times. Cut it off. And I'm going to go down and stick about a few more times. It's on there. I cut me about 5-6 pieces of 40 gauge. I guess you can use 38 gauge. You want it nice and tight, but not too tight where it fucks the ribbon stack up. So 40 gauge is a really good gauge to use for bonding wire, dude. Okay. Cut the excess off of this one. On there again. It's not going anywhere if you do it like I'm saying. Do it nice and tight enough where it's going to be on there, but not super tight because it's ribbon. Tight enough. So I mean, you just gotta fuck with it and find what works for you. But this works. I've done up to 14 ply. This works for me. Sometimes I get in a hurry, and most of the time it's because I didn't add enough glue. But if you add enough glue, you're gonna be all right. But you have to add your glue. Okay. Pick up one more piece. See where the frames are? That's the round wire, right? And that's the ribbon. Well, I'm going towards the front end of the ribbon stack and the frames. And tie it because you're going to push it down. Okay. Now, you see it? It's tied, right? You push it down to the end. Nice and where the frames and the ribbon meet. You tie that. Now what you're gonna do to get it nice and secure on there. Some people attach it to the swivel before they do this. When I first started, I did it, but I don't do it like that anymore. It doesn't mean it's not the right way to do it, because now this is okay. You see how it's nice and tied on the end? See where the ribbon ends, and that's the frame, the round wire. Get your glue, your lighter. You want to make sure this is the end that you use glue. Even if you don't, you glue your other ends, I mean your swivel end, you're gonna need to glue this in, I promise you. Well, I've only done it this way. Now I'm gonna cut off my frames to make it even. I mean a little bit shorter. Alright, this is called floating the ribbon, okay? That, see where it's glued, that's the ribbon. You glue the ribbon. That's the frames sticking out. I want to add a little bit more glue. Remember, you can never add enough. You can never add enough glue, dude. Okay, there's your glue. Now, move all this shit. Get my swivel leg. Doesn't matter if you, whatever swivel you have, dude. Get my chuck end, okay? This is for the drill, forum lathe, anything. This is going into the chuck end. Now I could bend these. I could bend these right here and have them like a 90 angle, and I can stick them into straight into the chuck. But I'm going to use this. Putting it in the chuck. If somebody doesn't have one of these and they want me to do it the other way, I don't have a problem doing it like that. You just hit me up and I'll do it, and I'll show you. I can do it either way. Now, getting it secured to the hook. I'm about to show y'all. Pull back. Now see, close your hook. But you remember in the video, and you tighten it. You remember when I showed you the loop in, right? That's what's gonna go on your hook. Now look at this. This is tight. If you have it now, also you want to pull. You want to make sure you got enough tension. Frame ribbon cannot be. Fraliens cannot. The ribbon cannot be. It's got to be tight. Wobble will fuck you up, dude. Wobble will fuck you up. I promise you. Ribbon, it's got to be tight. Just tight as a baby's ass. Now get you. I use a Lego. It's not needed, but if something works, you're gonna keep doing it, right? You don't need it, but you have to use. Some people use ribbon, individual pieces for sliders. Some use 40 gauge. You know, I got my 40 gauge, so I probably don't need it, but it works for me. Let me see how this is gonna go here. And test it out. Well, I have it pretty slow, so we'll see how it goes. Adjust it a little bit more. Pull back. Make sure it's nice and tight. You don't have to readjust your tension when you either you clamp down. Like whenever I have my D-walt and my swivel, you adjust your clamp for tension, and That's my swivel. I used to use that in my D-Walk. But I make a lot of coils now, so it's quicker this way. But now let me get my decor. I'll be right back. Remember, I'm using 25 gauge. Alien Math is 26, but I like waves, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna stretch my decor. I'll be right back. Just pre-stretching it. All right. Got that out the way. That's the end of your decor. That, you probably can't see it, but it's not stretched all the way. Now, I'm gonna do it this way, okay? Do it like this. Act like this is the chuck. Move this slider out the way. Try it again here. You do it like this. You tie in it about 4 or 5 times. You want to make sure it's on there all the way. And you want to cut your access off, because it will get in the way of your fusing, and you don't want that. Now, good idea to do is make sure you want to, like I said, I'm using my water squonk again to wet my fingers. I'm gonna see how this is gonna go. So I don't have it too fast. Hold on to that tension, man. You see me in the videos a lot moving my hand and shit. Not very good. Get comfortable with them before you do that. I'm comfortable with them. I think I'm gonna need another decor. You gotta have a pretty smooth Clapton when you're doing your thing, when you're fusing. Don't go fast at first. Yeah. I knew I fucked up. I'm not gonna fuck up again. I hope not. But you wanna make sure your decor's clean. You know, us to have carpet, it's a bitch. But I know what I did. So I put it, you drill in forward motion to get your decor off. When you're fusing, you wanna put it in reverse. And get it off. Alright, this is the old decor. I'm throwing it in the trash. Let me get another one. Hold on, find my speed again. Move my slider back the way it was. Get my tension back. Make sure it's tight now. Alright, just gonna pre-stretch it again. Stretching it now. Might stretch it a little bit longer. Okay. I have carpet, so I use I lay my decor on a yoga mat. It works great. Wet your fingers again. You want a good grip in your decor, man. Start off slow. Find your angle. With Fraliens, they're almost straight, the angle's almost straight down. You see, y'all remember when I did my bonding wire? It's right there. But I have my Lego, so I don't have to move it. And when you get comfortable, you can let it rip. I recommend going a good speed, because the slower you go, it's gonna twist. And plus you're thinking about it. You get 2 or 3 inches. I got it. You get excited, you get nervous. Sometimes you hold your breath. Breathe when you're doing Fraliens and aliens. But the faster you go, the less time you got to think about it. If that makes any sense. We've all been there, dude. So when you get comfortable, go at a good little, just try it. Go at a speed. Now if you're doing, it also depends on, like if you're doing 4 or 5 cores. Of course you can't go as fast as you was if you was doing tri-core. Or if you're doing like 32 gauge. You know, you can't go as fast as you normally would. Because it's thinner wire, if that makes sense. And it can collapse more. It can twist more. But Fraliens are pretty easy to do. Compared to a regular alien, yeah. Find my speed again. And just, yeah. Look, find your tension again. You gotta have good tension when you're fusing. Now, y'all saw me. I'm gonna do it again. I'm letting go, which I told you don't do, but because I've been doing these for comfortable for a little while. You pull back, okay? Yeah, these definitely aren't fucking. Pull back. I wish I can get a better view for y'all. I'm keeping tension. Even like I said, even if I let go, when you grab it in your 2 fingers, your first finger and your thumb, pull back. You're gonna be able. You do these enough, you're gonna be able to see. It's called fusing, alien fuse. Because remember, with aliens and Fraliens, you only got 1 shot. You see I fucked up first, but I stretched my decor a little bit longer this time. Like I said, you go the speed you're comfortable at going. I'm not gonna ever tell people, oh man, you shouldn't do that. Fuck that. Now, I gotta take my Lego off, right? I call these the alien cheat, bro. Regular size 2x2 Legos, man. Get a bag of them bitches from Amazon or the Lego store. Eventually, they're gonna wear. I've been using the same set, these two, for so long. I got, when I do my 5 and 6 cores, 4 cores, I use these size. But you get like a bag of them on Amazon for like 100 for like 15 bucks. Now, cut this off here. That's gonna get in the way, so let me show y'all if I can. If the phone don't fuck up. Let me show you. Got a little piece right here that's bothering me. I already got enough for a stick, but I like to go all the way down. Remember, wet your fingers if you have. I don't have to, but I'm showing you. Wet your fingers, man. Get a grip. Pull back. Let that motherfucker fly. Boom. Done. Out of here. You're a fucking marriage that did not work out. You're gone. You're done. Your history. Get the fuck. You're done. I'm done with you. Now. Cut your damn. If you're using a drill, you know how to do. Hit your trigger to straighten it. And you cut it off on the end here, right? Now, this was my loop end that I showed y'all at the beginning. That's what goes to the hook. Some people don't use a hook for their cores, but when they do ribbon, they have a hook. And that's the glue. And that's the frames. So, and before you get it out your chuck, cut it off. Get it out your drill or your chuck adapter or whatever you use. That's the part of the frames that I was telling you about. I had to cut to make even. And that's the ribbon, glue. Floating the ribbon is what they call it. Now, let me see. This is my set of N90 Fraliens here. Don't know how much y'all be able to see. Hopefully you can see them pretty good. If not, well. Nice and even and flat. Let me see how much I have. I got 8.5 inches, man. Now, for 3mm 5 wraps, I cut it at 4 inches per coil. You only need like per coil 3mm 5 wraps. You need like 3.5 inches. So I'm gonna cut it. 4 is plenty. I wrap my coils in reverse because I'm right-handed and I wrap them left-handed. Don't ask me, because if you use left-handed, get you some of these from Amazon. Make sure you're wrapping from the indent side. I mean, for me, since it's reverse, it wouldn't be on the indent. So I put the stick inside there, right? Hold it tight, but not too tight, depending on what you're building. This is just how I do it, okay? People do it different. It's a 3mm bit in there. Like I said, I do it in reverse. I don't let go of tension. 3, 4, 5. Take it off. Now I get my leg back, straighten my leg. Bam. There's an N90 Fralien right there. Let me wrap the other one. Same way. Get your stick. Have a nice little grip. You don't want that, you keep your tension. Like I say, this is how I do it. I'm wrapping it. There's no wrong way to do something, man, as long as you get it done. So don't let nobody tell you. I mean, we all get ideas from people, you know. But experiment with them ideas and find what works for you. I promise you, once you find something, there's my set that I just did. N90 Fraliens for y'all. I will be attempting Staggerton. Soon. Probably be easier with the fork, with the lathe. I don't know. I know the steps, I just haven't tried it yet. Anyway, shut up, Johnny. Anyway, if there's any questions anybody ever wants to ask me, bro, don't hesitate to hit me up. If I can help you, I will. Don't be hesitant to hit me up, man. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Have a great week, okay? Peace.